Hey everybody, putting up some new nets. Always one of my favorite times as a kid. I remember growing up playing basketball. Every time I'd burn out a net or it was time for a new one, burn out a lot of them, my dad used to bring the scissors out and let me cut the nets down. I can count a million times where we'd play one-on-one and he'd let me get close. He would never let me win until I could win. It felt really nice. But when it was game time and it was a big shot, we'd do the commentary, and there's Dupay, he's going to the corner, pulls up for the game winner, and I can't tell you how many times I got to live my dreams when I was a young kid because I had a great imagination. And I was encouraged to have a great big-time imagination and set goals that everybody else said were crazy and have dreams that only I, and sometimes I didn't even think they were possible. And that's a big part of being a kid. That's a big part of having, being great at basketball is you've got to have a great imagination. But I remember we'd cut the nets down. He'd always let me come up here and cut them down. And I'd imagine that I was in the Final Four, or I was in the NCAA tournament cutting down the nets. I'm sure you guys have all thought about that, dreamed about that. And I was just so lucky. I was so lucky that I got to actually live that dream. I got to live this real experience where I stood up on the ladder, cut down the little pieces of net, put the net on my neck and be like, yes, we did it! We did it! Because we did do it. And that was a great one we had at Florida. Go Gators. But tonight we're doing our first ever basketball clinic here in Fort Myers for the Teddy Dupay Basketball Academy. And it really is just a dream come true for me. Teaching basketball, helping kids not just live their dreams, but set some dreams. Because some kids aren't encouraged to use their imagination. Some kids are stuck in situations where coaches want them to be realistic. So that's why I wanted to do tonight's training, the first ever one, right here on my home court at my parents' house, the place that I home my game. I remember in high school, Coach Maloney taking me up to New York, taking the whole team up there. We were going to a basketball camp, and he took us through New York. He took us through the playgrounds he learned how to play, West 4th Street. We got the guys up there playing in the cage. It was incredible. He used to talk about his dreams and how he had his goals set high, and now he's just such an incredible mentor, and he's a coach, and he's doing great at Baylor. But I was just so lucky, again, to have great coaches, and that's really what the mission here is for us. To help kids kind of unlock that dream, unlock their inner potential, master their own mind power. And really help them reach their full potential. Because if the mind can see it, the body can achieve it. And that is the absolute truth. And I know that for a personal fact. I got to live my dreams, but if I would not have had big dreams and I would not have had big goals, there's no way in the world I would have been able to put the type of work in that it requires to get to that level. If I wouldn't have had big dreams and I wouldn't have seen it clearly in my head, I never would have been able to make the amount of sacrifices that I had to make and that anybody has to make to get to that level. I work with kids every single day that have those same goals and they have those same dreams, but they have an unrealistic expectation of the type of work and the type of drills and the type of, I guess you could just say, extra effort that you have to put in, because you're not just competing with the people in your small town. You're competing with kids all over the world. You've got to touch a basketball every day because there's somebody working every day looking to beat you. If you're not the best player on your team, become the best player on your team. If you're not the best player in your area, become the best player in your area. And when you are the best player in your state, understand there's people all over this country, all over this world that are looking to knock you off. And if you're not willing to make the sacrifice, you're not willing to put the work in, all the goodies come at the end. Remember that. All the goodies come at the end. My entire life I've had a dream of having a basketball academy where I work with kids. I teach how I played. I teach how I worked. I learned from I learned from my coaches, and that's all coming true today. It's all coming true this year. We got this academy going. It's going fantastic. And this is literally another dream come true. So I'm really fortunate. I'm blessed to have great coaches. My parents, so supportive along the way. Could never have done it without them. You know, really, this is just a very special day today. We're going to have these kids out here, and they're at the beginning of their journey. They've got the big dreams, and they're just looking for somebody to guide them and show them what to do. So again, I'm very thankful, and I'm very blessed to have them in my life as well. We're going to have a great night today. We'll be posting videos.